And on August the 6th, I was working from my house and asked my favorite carpet cleaner to squeeze me into his busy schedule to come and clean my sofa and my carpet. And he promised to be over early that morning. And when he pulled his van up, he opened the door and he turned his compressor on. And I had the front door open. I had my house open with most of the windows and doors open. And in spite of all of the circulation through here, my alarm on the first level went off first, my carbon monoxide alarm. And within 3 minutes, the one on the second level went off. And finally, within a few minutes after that, the one on the upper level went off. I received a call from ADT that I ignored because I was busy working and on a conference call. And ADT person called back probably 1 minute later, and I picked up the phone hoping to convince her to turn my carbon monoxide alarms off. And she insisted that I evacuate immediately, and I insisted that I was fine. She stated the signs and symptoms of carbon monoxide poisoning, which is irritability, lightheadedness, dizziness, nausea. I told her that I was completely fine. I had all of my windows open, the doors were open, and there was something wrong with the alarms, and she insisted that there was nothing wrong with the alarms and that I needed to evacuate with a carpet cleaner immediately. I promised her that I would evacuate if she canceled the fire department call. The alarm system that had been generated, they automatically call the fire department, and she'd called our Tri-Lakes Fire Department. I promised her I would evacuate if she would cancel the fire call. Joe and I evacuated, and the fire department was already here, and while they were gearing up and asking us if we had any signs and symptoms of carbon monoxide poisoning, and we assured them that we did not, they put the gear on. It's much like a scuba apparatus, and I personally thought that this was overkill, and they were being rather dramatic about it, and that everything was fine since I had all my doors and windows opened. And they came in and evaluated each level of the house. You should have 0 parts of carbon monoxide poisoning, and on the lower level I had 265. The middle level was 240, and the upper level is 225. It took an hour for it to dissipate, and they made sure that they monitored both the carpet cleaner and myself over the next hour for any residual signs and symptoms, and we were all okay. And had it not been for the ADT professional that negotiated me out of the house, I might not be here today. Being a healthcare professional, as a respiratory therapist and a nurse, I've treated people in my past with carbon monoxide poisoning. I never thought it would happen to me, and I urge everyone to become educated on carbon monoxide poisoning and understand that the carbon monoxide monitors need to be replaced every 6 to 7 years. They do have a shelf life. You have to keep the batteries updated, and because it's a dense, odorless gas, you will never know it's there, and the signs and symptoms are the only way to monitor it. If you do not have a proper alarm system, the alarm needs to be installed outside of a bedroom, close to the floor, because the gas is dense and it sinks. So instead of putting it up on the ceiling, it's best put and placed for immediate cause and effect down by the floor, especially if you have children. It should be outside of every bedroom.